hello. I think I'm live. Someone let me know if I'm live. I'm on a new piece of software and it is not cooperating with me today. I hope I'm live. I think I am. I'm just going to wait until one person says that I am before I get into it. It looks okay. Let me know if you can see and hear me, please. It's typical. It's typical. Is it working? Am I talking to myself or can anyone hear and see me? It's also not... What is it doing? Apologies, guys. Apologies. Why is it doing this? Okay, is this audio better? Can anyone hear me? It's also not showing me the chat, which is good, so I can't actually see. Okay, I think we're good. Thank you. I think I'm there now with what I need to have. I can see the chat. I don't know if the audio is perfect, but we're going to move because I want people to be able to not waste their time. I appreciate you all coming. So we are here to talk about Tesla and their superchargers. So last month, about 3 weeks ago, about 3 weeks to a month ago, we received the news that BP, obviously a massive company, were going to purchase $100 million worth of Tesla superchargers. Now, that was the first of its kind. Up until that point, we had never, ever seen that Tesla was selling their hardware to a different company. Obviously, many companies have, utilized Tesla's supercharging network, and we've seen literally everyone now, literally everyone sign up to use Tesla's supercharging network in terms of they've adapted to the North American charging standard, which gives them the option to utilize Tesla's superchargers. But that was all we had up until this BP news, whereby BP are purchasing $100 million of Tesla superchargers, and they will be deployed at the BP Pulse locations around the US. So that was the first of that kind. And then yesterday, we had the news that Eich Group was going to be acquiring Tesla superchargers. The second time this has happened. It's getting kind of interesting. This seems to be becoming a thing, which is crazy. And we'll talk about why it's so important in just a minute. So just to give you some background, there is a big company called Eich Group, and Eich Group is owned by two brothers, and it's the same brothers that own Asda in the UK. If you're from the UK, you absolutely know what Asda is. It's a massive supermarket chain. I think they also might be outside of UK as well. Maybe you get Asda in Europe, I'm not sure. But anyway, massive company. And Eich Group, you've obviously heard of BP, but Eich Group are big as well. They operate in multiple countries and they serve billions and billions of customers each year. So it's a big deal. And they are now going to be purchasing a select amount. I don't know how much. We don't have the numbers on this just yet. A certain amount of Tesla's supercharging hardware. What they're then going to do with that is they're going to be deploying that around the UK and in Europe at their locations, at their charging locations. Interestingly, they are actually going to be rebranding. So you won't turn up to an Asda petrol station or a service station that they own, and you won't see the Tesla superchargers sat there. You will see them branded as, I think it's EV Point. They're going to rebrand them. Now, I don't know if they're completely rebranding in the sense that you won't see the Tesla logo on it at all. It might be like a joint branding, not really sure. But what you should know about Eich Group is that they have lots of like sub-brands, petrol stations around the UK and in Europe, but they also have really big partnerships with, they've acquired KFCs, Burger Kings, Subways, and I think the list goes on. So they have massive service stations. So they are going to be purchasing, I imagine, quite a lot of Tesla superchargers. And like I said, we are unsure on the cost of this deal yet. So we have to ask ourselves, this is the second time this is happening. Why are massive companies going to Tesla and purchasing Tesla's hardware? Well, it's because it's the best out there. Tesla is the industry leader for electric vehicle charging. They have been doing this for many, many years, and for quite a long time, they were making their charging network better and better and better, probably at a bit of a loss. But it's now at the point where it is industry leading and it is the best out there. It's fast, it's reliable, and it's probably a lot cheaper than these companies actually developing their own superchargers. So it makes sense as to why they're going to Tesla to do this. And I don't think this is going to be the last that we're going to see of this. I think many, many other companies are going to follow suit. We've had BP, now we've got Eich Group. I think give it maybe even a week, couple of weeks, maybe even a month, and we'll probably have another couple in there, honestly. If you remember how the momentum built with seeing the companies, legacy automotive companies, switch to the North American charging standard and get access to Tesla supercharging network, I think it's going to be kind of like that. I imagine Shell might look to do this, and many other companies. So then we have to think, okay, how does this actually benefit the companies that are purchasing this hardware? Like I said, it's probably more expensive and not worth the effort to actually develop their own. I'm getting some comments that there's blurred vision. I'm really, really sorry. I don't know what's going on. I will probably try and re-upload this as a proper video so you can actually see it properly. But let's just continue. We're powering through today. It's not on my side. Yeah, so we have to think, what is the benefit to these companies? It's not going to be beneficial for them to develop their own. They're going to then turn to the next best solution, or the best solution, which is absolutely Tesla. That's clear. But also, they're probably feeling like quite a pressure because EV adoption is going crazy. There is some data out there trying to argue that it's not going as rapidly as people think. I think it absolutely is. I've looked at many pieces of data, many pieces of research, and it's clear to me that EV adoption is happening, and it's happening rapidly, and it's going to keep continuing, which means people will be switching from internal combustion engine vehicles to EVs. There are going to be more EVs on the road. Okay, what does this mean? This means that more people are going to be driving EVs, more people need chargers. There needs to be chargers frequently and evenly distributed around the UK, Europe, and worldwide for people to feel comfortable with making the switch to EVs. Now, at the moment, the two things that stop people making that switch are affordability, which, Tesla's doing their thing. Hopefully we'll have a Model 2, the compact vehicle, the 25k vehicle coming soon to help with that. And then range anxiety. People are getting panicked, and people that I speak to actually just in everyday life, they say that the reason they wouldn't make the switch is because they're worried about the charging situation. They have range anxiety. They don't want to be stuck on a road trip and then not be able to charge. That is quite stressful. Completely understand it. But the charging infrastructure has to get better, and it absolutely is. The amount of times Tesla add a new supercharger to their network is crazy. Now, from these businesses, from their point of view, they know that this is happening. They know that more people are adopting EVs. More people want charging infrastructure. Now, if you own an EV and you're looking to make a road trip, or maybe not even a big road trip, you're going to probably look ahead of time where the charging options are in case you need to charge. Hopefully you plan it a little bit better than that, but you will be taking that into account. So to be competitive and to have the competitive advantage, these companies, BP, Eich Group, others in the future, they need to be thinking about how they can make this benefit them. And by putting superchargers at their locations, whether they rebrand or just have the Tesla ones, whatever, They are basically bringing in those customers. The customers, I know my camera is not focusing on me. I know it's really annoying. It looks like it's focusing on me for me, so I don't need to change anything, but it's just not focusing when it's going onto the stream. So I'll sort that out for next time. I do apologize. But yeah, these companies will be able to bring the people that own EVs into their business. So let's just think about this for a minute. Traditionally, when you fill up your petrol vehicle, when you go and fill up petrol or I guess gas, I don't know what you Australians call it. Is it petrol or gas to you? Let me know. You typically go, you fill it up. It's really quick, really simple. And maybe you just pop into the shop that's there as well and you grab a drink or something to eat. Maybe a hot snack. I don't know, whatever. This is changing. When you charge your EV, you are there for a little bit of a longer duration, especially if you're going from, little charge to 100% charge. It doesn't take that long. They're getting better, but definitely longer than just filling up petrol. What this means for the business, of course, is that they then get to convert those people into buying their products, into sitting in their restaurants, into using their coffee shops. That is very, very beneficial. That's business and that is money to them. Now let's think, what does this mean for Tesla as a company? And what does this then mean for us as Tesla investors? I'm really excited about this, really excited. Now, superchargers, a supercharging hardware, it doesn't sound all that fancy and it doesn't sound very fun. Not when we hear about everything else that Tesla's working on. Dojo, Optimus, there's lots of very, very exciting things. However, this is a new revenue source. They are now selling their supercharging hardware. That's not happened before. Like I said, this is the first 2 times. So they are diversifying yet again where they are getting their money. Their charging infrastructure is now becoming so good that it's almost like a standalone business. And these deals are big. $100 million from BP. That's a pretty big deal. And remember, that was only to deploy these in the US. If that goes well, and they're seeing the conversion that they need to see in terms of, whatever, they can then deploy that worldwide because BP is certainly just not in the US. Then you have to factor that into valuation and think, how big could this get in the future? How big could this revenue stream get for Tesla in the next 5 years, 10 years? How much would it cost to basically sell that part of Tesla's business? Because like I said, it is kind of becoming a standalone business now. And I think this will only grow. Other companies, oil and gas companies, which is interesting really because it's like directly opposite to the EV business, won't want to miss out on this. They won't want to be the ones that are not offering electric vehicle charging at their stations. This means that they either go with someone else or they go with Tesla or they develop their own, which is probably a giant waste of time and money. We've seen legacy companies try and do this before in terms of develop their own EVs. So they'll go with Tesla, basically. What does that mean for Tesla? More money, additional revenue. What does that mean for us investors? Well, that's a great thing for us investors. Okay, so there's the revenue side of it, but then what I want to bring into this as well is Tesla will either, and I can't work this out yet, so let me know if you have any thoughts on this. Tesla will either sell their hardware, that will be it, 100 million from BP, done deal. That's the end of it. Or they will sell their hardware and then they will continue to take an ongoing cut of the money made. So BP will utilize Tesla chargers, they will make money and they will give a tiny percentage back to Tesla every single time. Or third option could be a mixture of those two, plus Tesla remains the servicer. Every time these superchargers need servicing, Tesla does it. That allows Tesla to make sure they remain reliable and the name, the Tesla brand and the name is, it has a good reputation, but also that's more revenue. So this gets very, very exciting. We are very much in early stages here. 2 deals only so far. I am predicting, and I don't know, but I'm predicting we're going to hear of way more coming up in the short term. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see this grow out because obviously as well, this helps more people see that range anxiety doesn't have to be a thing. That's good. More people will move to EVs. What EVs will they then want to buy when they're starting to think, okay, I can buy an EV now? Probably Teslas. If not, that will be one of the options. And also that then links back into Tesla's core mission, accelerating the transition to sustainable energy, getting more people in EVs. It all around, it helps Tesla and it helps us Tesla investors. So I'm going to hopefully now look at the chat. We will see if this goes well or not, because this this has not been easy for me today. I really do apologize. I know that the audio's been a bit all over the place. I know the camera's been a bit all over the place. Let's have a look. I don't think Hayley's technology likes her today. No, I don't think it does. Tesla's going to be the new standard of oil. Very interesting. Yeah, I think we are seeing a change here. People are saying blurred vision. I know. I'm sorry. Domino effect, just like the North American charging standard. Yeah, I think that is exactly what's happening here. I think this is we're going to slowly see this creep into the news. Shell would be a big one. I'm anticipating that we'll see Shell at some point. Unless Shell already work with someone else, but I don't know. Good afternoon, Hayley from Australia. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining. I'm going to be doing lives like Monday to Friday now at this sort of time. I will improve the audio and visual. I do apologise. Got some comments here about would like to get an EV with a cheaper compact price. Yeah, Tesla are working on this. I think there will be an official announcement sometime soon, hopefully, on their compact vehicle. It hasn't been officially announced, but apparently Elon Musk did make a staff announcement that they would start doing that in the Gigafactory in Berlin. It's going to be massive. I made a video about that recently, going through how beneficial that will be for Tesla and Tesla investors. Imagine Ford and Standard Oil were all one company, and then you can imagine Tesla's potential. Yeah, it's big. The addressable market here is really, really massive. Petrol in Australia. Okay, glad I know that now. Thank you for all the support, by the way, on this. I know it's not been perfect. I appreciate you guys even coming, honestly. Thank you, thank you. Is this a one kind of deal, or a lease / a contract? From what I understand, from the information that I've read, they're just going to be purchasing it one time, done. But like I was saying just now, I don't know what the ongoing revenue split will be. It could be like some sort of contract deal where they take a certain portion of the revenue that the company makes through the through the hardware, sorry. Or they could just sell it, be done with it, take the profit revenue, and then service as well. Amy, I love my Model Y and can't wait for my Cybertruck. Oh, you're getting a Cybertruck. That's cool. That's coming. 30th of November, Cybertruck deliveries are starting. 16 days out now, guys. It's coming, it's coming. I'm so excited to see what the demand is, because there's been a lot of bears say that the demand is not going to be there for Cybertruck. We'll see about that. Do you know how BP and other businesses open to having Tesla chargers? What is the monetary incentive for them? The monetization structure per charger, can it offset the cost of losing fossil fuel? Yeah, so I mean, I don't have any numbers to hand or anything like that, but essentially, just like they make money through selling petrol, they'll be making money through selling the electricity. Whether Tesla take a cut of that or not, I don't know. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here, because there are some audio and visual issues. I will be back tomorrow at the same time with a better version. We won't talk about this, we'll talk about something else. But yeah, thank you for coming to this test live stream. We are going to get better. Appreciate you coming. Drop a comment and just let me know the reasons that you're most bullish for this moving forward. Thank you again, guys, and I'll see you